Hi, it's Liz Snedden. Let's have a look at what metadata is, particularly when we're talking about secondary data. It also applies to primary data. So metadata is looking at when we have information about the data itself. So thinking about who's collected the data, how was it collected, what are the definitions and the units, the variables that are used. So kind of the background and the contextual information about the data set itself. So here's an example. One of the data sets that we have on NZgrapher is the kiwibird data set. And so there's some metadata that's available about this. And this is what it talks about here. So it talks about a sample of kiwibirds. It talks about it was collected to help with conservation efforts. So it's giving a bit of the purpose. We know where it came from. So the original data came from the website www.kiwis4kiwi.org. And it was also sourced from a secondary school guides. So we then included in the metadata is also these variables and their descriptions. And so if it's categorical data, it tells us what the categories are. So for the species, we've got GS meaning great spotted, and so on. It also includes the unit. So if I'm talking about the weight, it would be talking about the weight in kilograms. So that's part of what we would want to see in our metadata to help us actually use the data. It's also there is also some more information about how the bird itself is a taonga to Māori, and there's a strong cultural, spiritual and historical association. So because of this, often tangata whenua are key stakeholders in the management of it. So they are a particular group of people who are interested in the set of data. So that's kind of one perspective on what metadata could look like. Here's a second example. So this is now looking at photographs. So if I was looking at photographs, the metadata is all the information about the photograph. So what's the name of the file? Who took the photo? When was it taken? How big is it? What camera was used? Etc. etc. So that's another example of what metadata can look like. So obviously there's going to be variations in what the metadata can look like depending on, is it a video, is it a photograph, is it a spreadsheet, depending on what it is. We always want to know quite a bit of information about it. Thanks for watching.